and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry about that. We are back here at the Ghost Fire Media Network. The Sim500 Transervice Truck Series race number 3 of the round of 18. You didn't miss much, just the caution and the pit stops. And we are green flag racing back here at the beautiful Auto Club Speedway. Justin Fuller, your new leader. Scott Simley in second. Back in third. Now Mike Kelly moves to second. The teammates battling off into 1, Randy.
And new look to the front of the pack. The only one that we see that is familiar up there is Pedro Mojica, who once again is starting to make some moves. He'll dive to the bottom of Mike Kelly. He's going to be side by side with him and set his sight on trying to catch Fuller. So these guys, I believe Fuller, Kelly, and Simley, all of them did not pit. Well, Mojica did pit, and Mojica's right behind that 51. He'll dive to the bottom of the track. He'll stay as far as he can not to get into Fuller. They're side by side as they go into turn number 1, and but Mojica will assume the position once again.
Pedro Mojica back to the lead, and in second you have Justin Fuller. Back there, though, Chuck Sweeting blocks the number 12 of Scott Simley down the backstretch. You have the 2 of Mike Kelly, his teammate, on the outside. Behind him, you got Chad Coleman on the outside. And the 38, the 12 slides of the racetrack, has to get off the throttle, let the 38 through. The 38's going to slide under the 2, and now Chad Coleman all the way up to 4th and trying to battle his way all the way up to the top 3.
You see these trucks who did not pit falling like bricks behind these trucks that did get 4 fresh Goodyear tires and a tank of Sunoco fuel. They will make their way up and
Fuller slides up in front of Myers. That almost ended badly for both of them.
I saw that too.
We should be okay for now, and we will be up into 3.
I'm not so sure. Myers might have to change his shorts after that one.
There's a lot of guys who are going to change some shorts after tonight, Randy. I mean, these guys are coming. These guys are coming at each other like it's the last lap all over the place.
They are bringing the noise tonight for sure. 54 laps are down. Here at Auto Club Speedway, as your leader, Pedro Mojica, leading the surprising one, Mr. Sweeting. Mr. Sweeting in that 57. Who was running 4th and 5th for a while. Now he's all the way up to 2nd. And now looking to see if he can catch Pedro Mojica in that 58. So we got 2 wholly unsponsored trucks pretty much. Well, we got Chevrolet is on Mojica. But no major sponsor per se on either one of these trucks. Kind of surprising. And right behind them, Coleman runs 3rd. We got a little blurping going on here. I'm not really sure what's going on with the screen tonight.
I don't have any issues currently.
I see it's pixelated.
That's just Discord.
Oh, okay, Discord. Okay, so as long as the fans don't see what I'm seeing, we're all good. Okay, Discord. Okay. No, never mind. Don't mind me. We see Pedro Mojica leading the top 3. It's Mojica, Sweeting, and Coleman as they've got a 3-truck breakaway from the rest of the field by 5 truck lengths over Myers and Howard back there. And then Randy Yoakum having a good run in that number 8 truck tonight. Good to see Randy Yoakum having a good night, as well as Hickman back there as well, who's having a good night in the 60.
Yeah, no, these drivers having good nights. The 60 of John Hickman. Look at that beautiful machine that he has on him. Right in front of him, Randy Yoakum. He got the biggest fly I've ever seen in my life sitting in the booth right now, Randy.
Sorry. I'm making the booth stink, and they're all attracted to it. So, good view of the VA811.com on the hood of Randy Yoakum. Yeah, he's looking like he's trying to give Myers a little. Is that Myers or that's? Yeah, it's Myers. Actually, no, that's That is Howard, the other VA811 truck, making some moves, trying to get around the Myers truck, who's running in the 4th position right now in that 23. So we've got some guys trying to make some positions up through the field. 23 laps remain here in the race. The Transervice Truck Series Sim500 League. The last race of this part of the playoffs. Some people will go home unhappy. Some people will be very ecstatic that they are going on to the next round. Mojica, if he keeps running the way he is, him and Coleman, Myers, and Howard, right now they've got nothing to worry about. Actually, they probably didn't have anything to worry about anyways, but there are some guys farther back that are going to have to worry a little bit. Well, I'm surprised Fuller's fallen back as far as he has, even with older tires, knowing how well he usually runs in every race. E.J. O'Rourke diving to the bottom of the track, trying to get around Randy Yoakum. Yoakum's going to slam the door shut for that position, as Howard will have to tuck back in line. 5 trucks running right there together.
Chuck Sweeting is putting the pressure on Pedro Mojica.
Look at that.
I swear to God, I'm going to kill this son of a bitch.
Sweeney all over the back bumper of that number 58 of Pedro Mojica. Chuck Sweeney. Not used to seeing that truck up towards the front of the pack. Not used to having to call Chuck's name that much, but it's good to call somebody else's name besides the usual suspects, I would say. But you got a 3-truck breakaway. Mojica, Sweeting, and Coleman, as they're trying to separate themselves from the rest of the field. And you're looking out the front of Chad Coleman's front end. See, the front of that truck has a little bit of something going on with it. I'm not sure if that is damaged or not, or if that's just the front end of that truck, the way those front ends look. Sucks up to the back bumper of Sweeting. Pulled to the bottom of the track. Now he's going to something. I'm not sure. We got sounded like we had a truck sliding around out there. I'm not really sure what was happening there. Not sure where that's coming from. But no caution, so not sure what that was. But it did sound like, in my ears, it sounded like somebody was sliding around. Either way, 19 laps remain here at Auto Club Speedway. Mojica is your leader, assuming the position. I did see a truck, and you see the truck down the bottom of the track there. I'm not sure who that is, but they definitely did get out of the groove, and I thought I heard that. So, my cat-like ears. Letting the trucks breathe a little bit here. Let them. Looks like the top 2 now are trying to break away from that 3rd truck. But just like that, you see the 38 of Coleman sucked back up. But it is a 3-truck race right now. They've pretty much got away from those other trucks. Those other trucks are just off, about 6 truck lengths back behind these trucks. So these guys can fight a little bit if they want to, but I don't think we're going to see any fighting between these 3 until probably 10 to go. Maybe a little later than that, but more than likely another 7 laps or so, we might see a little battling going on. If there's any battling to be had, I don't think we'll see more pit stops or anything like that unless we have a major caution come out. And then if that does happen, we'll see some guys probably take some chances. When you believe that, would you think that would happen there, Nicky? Nicky? Nick has stepped away from the booth, I guess. Oh, Sweeney drifts high, and the Coleman truck dives to the bottom of the track to try to get around Sweeting. He will get around. Sweeting falls back to third. That's going to allow those trucks behind them to close back in with them. We may end up having a five truck battle here in a second. Mojica saw that happening in his back, off his back bumper, and he said, "Oh, thank you very much. That gives me a little breathing room," as he's now pulled away by 2 trucks lengths over the second place of Coleman. Coleman trying to suck back up, bringing Sweetie with him. And as I thought they were going to pull away from those trucks behind them, it doesn't look like that. They are still hanging in there. They're about 4 truck lengths behind those other 2 trucks. As we've got Myers and Howard back there battling, and you see the Howard truck diving to the bottom of the track trying to get around that Myers truck, and he will get around him. And he's coming.
Randy, you were asking about somebody going off the track?
Yes.
Here's what happened.
I heard that. That's a 21 truck.
This is what happened. Wait for it. Pow!
Shamalama my ding dong.
Shimma, what are your what?
Shamalama. Shamalama my ding dong. Was it a mama? Animal House, folks. Great movie. Never seen it? Please watch it. It's worth the watch. One of the greatest movies of all time. As we got a 5-truck breakaway now. 5 trucks, 14 laps remaining in this race. Mojica now under fire from Coleman. Coleman's got a good run trying to suck back up on him. Here comes Sweeting again. As Sweeting gets up there, Sweeting can take the air off the back of Coleman. That's going to allow Mojica to kind of break away. So we'll have to wait and see. 13 laps. 13 laps left. See some of these guys really fanning out, looking for some distance to try to get themselves up closer to the front of the pack. And the one truck that I keep watching is Howard. Howard is the one that's fanning out the most, trying to find some grip, something to give his truck a little extra edge. But so far, it has not helped him. He's stayed right where he is, but he hasn't moved him up at all. 12 laps remain. 12 laps left here at Auto Club Speedway. Goes for our media network. Randy Pepper alongside Nick Adams in this playoff implication race. Oh, look at that. Sweeting has fallen back. Just as I was saying, Howard was looking for something. Howard did find something that lap. He was able to get around Sweeting. Can he make any more moves? Can he get around that Coleman truck? I'm sure he's going to try. He was fastest in practice.
Look at Mojica. Mojica's trying to break that draft the best he can. 11 to go here. They're going to have more than enough fuel to get to the end. The fuel's no longer a question. What is a question is this battle for the lead here.
I think Howard's got something. I really think Howard is not done.
I don't believe you're incorrect, Randy Pepper. I think you are right. I believe Ryan Howard is going to make a move here. Oh! Jack Sweeting went way up the track on the exit of 4. He's going to lose that 4th spot back to 5th now. Ryan Howard looks like he's going to be trying to make that move here at some point on Chad Coleman.
We know the laps are winding down. He's got to do it sooner or later. Might as well do it now. He's run that really high line. That was kind of the line that helped him get to where he is now. I would be surprised if he doesn't try that again. As these three trucks have kind of broken away from the trucks behind them. They've separated themselves by about 6 truck lengths again. And there he goes, running a little bit of higher line. Sucks right up on the back bumper of that 38. 38 now is going to try that outside line as well. It's not going to follow Mojica. Now Mojica sees what they're doing. He moves up to block that line. 8 laps remaining. Still waiting to see. Here we go. Yeah, we're looking. Coleman looking that outside line. He knows it worked well for Howard. Howard looks to the bottom of Coleman. See if he can get something happening. He does get a good run. Here it is side by side for second place. Howard moves to the bottom of the track. He's going to try to get around Coleman. They're going to be side by side as they come off the turn. Still side by side. Coleman has a little better of a grip up there, and he will hold the position. So Howard had his chance. I think that may have been it. I don't think he'll get another shot. But we will see. He's still trying. He's going that outside line like he did earlier in the race to make those positions up. As Myers is following in tow, and now those trucks behind them have caught them. So now we've got a 5-truck battle. Any of these 5 trucks can win this race.
Somebody is going to get into somebody here, Randy. They're going to battle real hard here coming to the end.
I don't know. Who knows? Mojica may be the one that's safe.
I don't think so. I think Mojica's going to be the one who gets caught out. I think that's honestly what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a battle, and it's going to come out contact with the leader coming to the line. 5 trucks. Now it's turning into 6 trucks.
Yep. EJ is catching them.
What it is it's this straight line they're in. It's allowing and putting a huge hole in the air for EJ O'Rourke. Giving these guys more time to get caught. There's 5 laps to go, Randy Pepper. 10 miles around the Auto Club Speedway. And it's just as open as it was an hour and a half ago at the beginning.
Here goes Howard. Didn't have the run they wanted.
Here comes Chad Coleman. He's getting a big push from the 33. Look at that push. Look at that push. The 33 is going to push the 38. The 38 might get that move done, this time on the outside. He might try it here. He might try to slide, go from top to bottom on the exit of the corner. Not going to have the speed. The 33 running the wall. The 33 might have the speed going into 1. Not this time. 8 miles to go around the Auto Club Speedway. The 33 all over the back of the 58, Randy. The 38. The 38 all over the back of the 58. It's a 6-car battle now for the lead, Randy. Derek Myers, he's sliding back there. He slides from the bottom to the top. Derek Myers might have a shot at getting Ryan Howard here. Pedro Mojica's doing exactly what he needs to do, though. How is this goddamn thing still alive? Give me 1 minute, Randy.
4 laps remaining. Here we go. Mojica pulls the truck to the bottom of the track. 3 laps to go. It's Mojica down low. He'll drift up and stop the momentum of the Coleman truck. Coleman looks to the outside as they go off of turn number 2. Nothing there. Mojica still leads by 1 truck length over the Coleman and Howard truck. Howard gives another shove to the 38 of Coleman. All over the back bumper, that giving him a big shove. Can that shove be enough to get around Mojica this time? They'll come off of turn number 3. Howard looks to the outside and try to make something happen. Mojica drifts up in front, breaks that momentum. They'll pull themselves to the bottom of the track. Mojica all the way to the grass, and he brings Coleman. 2 laps remain. Can Pedro Mojica hold off the charge of Coleman and Howard? They're looking to the outside of the track.
Here it comes.
Yep, here it comes. Is it going to be this lap? We don't know. We're just watching what's going to happen here.
Mojica down the backstretch. He's got a tenth, two tenths now on the 38. The 38 goes up to block the 33. Howard all over the back of the 38. The 38's going to push it off into 3. He's going to drive it off in there hard. He's going to have to get the run on the exit. He's not going to do it this time. He's going to have 2 miles to go at the Auto Club Speedway. This is going to get intense. Mojica. The white flag is out here at Auto Club. Who's going to be the final winner at the 2-mile oval? Mojica, Coleman, and Howard battling hard. Here comes Coleman. Coleman's going to get a big run down the backstretch. He's going to follow Mojica all the way down to the line. Back up to the top. He's going to try to send it off in there this time. The 38, he almost touches with the 58. The 38's going to lose momentum on the exit of 4. The 38 sideways. The 33's up his bumper. Coming to the start-finish line, Pedro Mojica will win. Chad Coleman second, Ryan Howard in third. Wow.
I can breathe again.
What a finish. You're not the only one. I guarantee you, for the last 2 miles, these guys didn't breathe. But the question is, who did enough to get to the next round of the playoffs?
That is, we know Mojica, Coleman, and Howard did, and Myers.
Did Swavely do enough to get to the next round of the playoffs? That's the question. What a finish to this race. We're going to get our third place finisher, Ryan Howard, up in the booth here. As we watch Pedro Mojica burn it down, we welcome Ryan Howard, our third place finisher, into the booth. Ryan, congratulations on a hell of a finish with Chad Coleman, first off. And second off, congratulations getting to the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that was a good race at the end. I was kind of hoping the top would work a little bit better. I got alongside Chad once, and then he was able to stay in front of me, but basically just couldn't wad it up. I had to. We got a little lucky with, or unfortunate for Richard there early in the race, and then I don't know how the rest shook out, but I know some other guys got in wrecks, but I just had to make sure I didn't wad it up there at the end.
Did you feel like you had maybe the strongest truck there at the end? Because your truck came from out of nowhere towards the back of the pack, and then you were fastest in practice as well. Did you feel like you had something?
I did. I felt like I was one of the faster trucks all night. I don't know, after the first couple early wrecks, I kind of figured that high line was able to make up a few spots on the high line.
That was my next thing.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how much the high line was going to wear off the right front, so I was definitely a little more ginger with it on that last run. But the first couple runs, I was trying to kind of see how much I could send it in there and have the right front stay on it. But I definitely felt like I always run good here, and I always enjoy racing here. A lot of tire conservation, and really takes a different kind of drive to drive here. So yeah, I was a little disappointed with third, but if I wasn't on the cut line, I probably would have raced a little harder there at the end.
Well, congratulations on third place finish, and welcome to the next round of the playoffs.
Good deal. Thank you very much.
We'll see you next week, man. Take care.
Okay, and our second place finisher. Hold on one second here.
I'm surprised he didn't take anybody.
There we go. All right. Our second place finisher, Chad Coleman. Let's pull Chad up here. Talk to Chad Coleman. Man, the myth, the legend comes home second tonight. Chad, it's Nick and Randy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Congratulations, my friend. Then a hell of a finish to that beautiful race. How did you feel out there?
It was pretty good. I didn't think we'd be able to move around really. I figured it would be kind of a race to the bottom. And Ryan Howard kind of showed us that that was not the case. And legit, the only way I figured that out is because I seen him coming, and I figured if I didn't cut his clean air off, that he was gonna pass me. So I moved up in front of him, and I was like, "Damn, that didn't feel too bad."
I thought when you started doing that, I was wondering if you guys were actually working together because you kept running that line and having him push you.
No, it was basically just trying to cut off his clean air, and because Pedro was getting the best air, and then like when I'd get runs at him, he'd be able to pull down in front of me on the bottom, and it'd make me push, so I'd lose any momentum I had. So I just honestly, I wish I'd have went up there sooner. I really wish I would have tried the second, third groove sooner.
I think if you guys had, you might have been able to get around Mojica. There's no doubt about it because that outside groove with you guys running it, you had something working up there for sure.
Yeah, Ryan got to my bumper once and gave me a little push down the back straightaway, and that was huge. If he could have ever got to my bumper down the front straightaway to actually give me a push instead of just being right there, I think I could have. If I could have ever got to Pedro's right rear, I think he'd have been in trouble.
We were wondering if you guys were going to get to him and maybe turn him, but it didn't happen.
Nah, Pedro's always raced clean. I've raced with him a long time, all the way back to the original Sim500 AKM days.
Well, we weren't thinking intentional. We not intentional, just kind of by accident.
Oh yeah, just kind of give him a little love tap, get him out of the way.
Well, he was. There was no doubt about it. The Mojica was definitely. He was watching you guys and blocking your line anytime he could.
Oh yeah,
just taking the air away from you guys. So, things happen when that happens. When you start doing stuff like that. We saw that earlier in the race with Leah. So.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, me and Pedro's raced each other forever, like going all the way back to the 2K3 days. So I wouldn't spin him out to beat him, but I'd run into him to beat him. If he spun out, that'd be on him.
Rubbin's racing. All right, man. You want to thank anybody tonight?
Yeah, I thank Joey and everybody with Sim500. Thank Transervice for sponsoring the series, and you guys for the broadcast, and Trey Hodson for the paint job.
Good looking paint job as well. So we have to admit that. So congratulations, second place finish, and congratulations on making it to the next round of playoffs. And we'll see you next week.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send him back to his team if I can find them. There they are. And then we'll pull our winner in. Where is he? The man, the myth, the legend, Pedro Mojica does it again. Pedro, it's Nick and Randy up in the booth. Heck of a way to end the round of 18. Put your stamp on the round of 18 with that win. You show everybody that you're here to compete for the championship. How did it feel tonight?
Oh man, Nick, it was felt good, man. We had a fast truck. It felt good. I like California a lot, especially with the trucks. It fits my driving style. So yeah, man, it felt good, man. It just got a little nervous there with the yellows. We had quite a few yellows there to start the race, which is not typical for Sim500. So
That's what I said.
so it was kind of like again like last week. When do you take your tires? There. And the fortunate thing, we didn't have anything to lose. We were pretty much locked into the next round. So I pretty much just did the opposite of what everybody else did. And, you know, and there, I think it was like lap 50 or so. I pitted for my last set of tires. And, I was like, well, we've had a couple yellows. Usually we go green to the end of the race, and so be it. It happened, and we were able to hold on for the win against Chad and Ryan Howard.
How much of mirror driving were you doing? Because you saw those guys behind you for sure.
Yeah, there at the end when Ryan was making ground on the top, I think me and Chad both moved up there once he got to about 3/10 back, just to kind of give him some dirty air, kind of disrupt his line a little bit. So we did that. I did that for a few laps, just mirror driving in 1 and 2, 3 and 4. I just kept my typical line. I felt like that was really working well for most of the run. And then there, probably the last couple laps, I started running the bottom again on both ends. And it was funny because it kind of swapped. Like ended up being better in 1 and 2. Could pull a little bit of a gap, but I would lose a little bit. I would lose about half that gap in 3 and 4 to Chad. So it was at that point I was like, well, just keep doing what I'm doing. I feel like I'm more comfortable running the bottom and just focus on corner exit and getting as much throttle off the corner, wide open throttle off the corner to keep them behind me.
You got a couple times you got a little close to that grass down going down the front straightaway. I was kind of surprised you were that low.
Yeah, at that point I was trying to do everything I could to break the draft from Chad. He was getting really big runs off of the corner, running the top, and with the draft and with Ryan behind him pushing him, sometimes he would get huge runs. So I was just doing everything I could to get away from the draft and minimize the distance around the track.
That's definitely using all the real estate for sure, my man. Well, congratulations on another win in the Sim500 Transervice trucks. And anybody you want to thank for another big night of winning?
Yeah, like you said, Transervice, appreciate them for sponsoring this truck series. It's a lot of fun, a lot of good competition, a lot of fun tracks to race on, so having fun doing that. Sim500, all the admins, appreciate them for for putting this on, putting this league on. It's a lot of fun to come in and run with these guys. So I appreciate them and all they do. You guys at Ghost Fire Media, thank you for putting on the broadcast. Hope it was we put on a good show for you guys.
You definitely did.
Everybody at Team Name, we have a lot of fun racing each other, and yeah, man, we keep it light, but there at the end it was pretty quiet between me and Chad. We were racing hard, so but no, man, we have a lot of fun. Congrats to Chad on a good run. I know he's had a few hard or not such good runs lately, so um, good for him to have a good top 2 finish. And yeah, maybe showed my parents the broadcast. So if my parents are watching, hey, appreciate you guys watching the broadcast, or if they're going to watch it later, appreciate you guys watching, and love you guys. So,
Hey, let me ask you a question, Pedro. As we go into the next round of the playoffs here, who do you not want to be in the playoffs to this next round? Is there anybody you don't want to have to race for this thing?
and if I had to pick somebody,
Yeah, you had to pick somebody.
100% Daniel Falkingham.
Were you surprised at
He's
how bad of a night he had?
I mean, it happens. I mean, he was locked in. Again, similar situation, didn't have a lot to lose. So, but man, dude, if he didn't have a bad night, he would have been up there with us. Like he's just that good. And I would say honestly, even though yeah, I've won 2 of the last 3 races, I finished top 2 in the last 3 races. Like Daniel's probably the best right now in the playoffs. So you just have to keep an eye on him and what he's doing. To be honest. So yeah, if I had to pick one person, it would be him.
I had a feeling that might be the answer, but I just wanted to hear it out of your mouth and hear if you were thinking the same thing I was. So
Yeah, no, I mean, it's fun racing with him, but yeah, he's really good. So you got to be on your A game when you're racing with him.
yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. So congratulations on another win. We'll see you next week, and good luck, my friend, for the rest of the season.
All right, I appreciate it, guys.
That was Pedro Mojica, tonight's winner here at the Auto Club Speedway in the Sim500 Transervice trucks.
Oh, Randy, you're in charge for a second. I'm just fixing something.
All right. So we have more racing coming up in the Sim500 Transervice trucks. So don't forget, we'll start the next round of the playoffs next week.
That's what I was fixing. Isn't that funny? That's what I was fixing. Are you guys ready?
All right.
I know this is
We're
what
ready.
everybody's been waiting for. Before we get to the final standings of the evening, let's just show our round of 12.
Let's look at them.
Here are your 12 drivers for the round of 12. Why does it say the round of 18? Let's fix that. Round of 12. Pedro Mojica, Derek Myers, Tyler Dalton, Daniel Falkingham, Mike Kelly, Justin Fuller, Richard Beasley, Ryan Howard, Hamish Gallagher, Rich Swaverly, Scott Simley, and Chad Coleman are your 12 drivers that continue to battle for a championship. And Randy, let's just think about something. We're not losing 18-12 this time. We're picking our final 6 now.
Yeah.
This is your final 12 that get to go battle for a title. This is the 12.
This is it. And I have to say this. The guy that surprises me the most was the guy that had everything to win tonight, and that was Richard Swaveley. Congratulations, my friend. You are 10th right now on the grid. So
Chad Coleman tonight snuck his way in by a total. Well, 1 second. Why does Chad Coleman not have the right amount of points? Hold on.
I don't know. Oh, he's looking up.
Hold on. Chad Coleman will be fixed momentarily.
Momentarily, we'll find out.
Okay. That looks right now. 6th, 12th, 11th, 10th, 9th, 8th, and 8th. Okay. All right. That looks.
A little drama music for us.
That looks right. 2 seconds, everybody. Doing this live when you're the only statistician can get difficult. There we go. That's the correct points. Scott Simley got himself into the playoffs to the next round by 3 points. Bentley Glazier did everything he possibly could to get himself in. Scott Simley, when he needed it most, gained 2 positions near the end of the race, and that is what got him into the next round of the playoffs.
Awesome job. Definitely awesome job. Well, Scott Simley, he was one of those guys that just kind of back there minding his own business, him and Swaveley. I mean, Swaveley actually got involved in that melee there midway through the first half of the race, and we thought he was pretty much out. But here he is.
Here's your official race results here at the Auto Club Speedway. The final race ever at the 2-mile oval here for the trucks. Because the next time you see Auto Club, it'll be a mile. It'll be half mile. Pedro Mojica with a huge win. 2 in a row, 4 on the season. Pedro Mojica peaking at the right time. Put himself in a great position going into the next round of the playoffs. Chad Coleman comes home second. Ryan Howard, huge third place finish tonight. Back in fourth, Chuck Sweeting. Congratulations to him.
Down in Puerto Rico, is that Nelson?
Back in fifth, Derek Myers. In sixth, E.J. O'Rourke. In seventh, John Higman Jr. Eighth, Randy Yoke. Ninth, going to be Bentley Glazier. 10th, Mike Montesi. 11th, going to be Jeff Ryan. 12th, going to be Ron Holyfield. 13th, Mike Kelly. 14th, going to be Tyler Dalton. 15th, Charles Woods. 16th, going to be it's going to be Brian Wortman. 17th, Gerald Livingston. 18th, Richard Beasley. Back in 19th, is going to be Richard Swaverly. 20th, Brian Macklin. 21st, Hamish Gallagher. 22nd, Justin Fuller. 23rd, Doug Roth. 24th, Scott Simley. 25th, Ed Burrell. 26th, Donnie Leah. 27th, Daniel Falkenham. 28th, Joey Gattina. 29th, Tommy Ryan. 30th, Josh Parker. 31st, Tony Benfield. 32nd, Dwight Beverly. 33rd, Doug Sigmund. 34th, John Eckhart IV. And 35th, John Mustian Jr. Randy, beautiful race here tonight. Take us out.
You've been watching another great broadcast of the Sim500 Transervice trucks on the Ghostfire Media Network. I'm Randy Pepper. That is Nick Adams. Until next week, folks, you have a great one. We'll see you here on the Ghostfire Media Network. Thank you for watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.